Hey friends, welcome back to Watavue Mountain. You guessed it, we're back at the mountain. We're in the bathroom. Hopefully you checked out that video of us putting up this poplar in the bathroom. We got it all finished and then got the accessories up. I'll show you that later above the shower that's right behind you. But today's video, you guessed it, we're doing some boiled linseed oil straight onto this wood. Now, I'm sure some of you are thinking, wait a second, shouldn't you have done that before you put them up? Yeah, probably so. But sometimes I don't have a stroke of genius like that, that I should have done it in advance, and it probably would have made it way easier. But it is what it is. We got what we got. The boards are up. I'm not taking them back down. And of course, I watched a couple videos, and I didn't really see anything on how to put linseed oil on boards that are already up. A lot of videos where they're already down or they're laying down flat, which were great. Helped give me an idea. But nothing where they were actually on the wall. So that's what we're up to today. So thanks for coming. Thanks for checking us out. As always, we're blessed to have you along with us on this journey. I know it's been a long journey, but hopefully you're enjoying our content and you're getting something out of it. So yeah, enough of me rambling. Have a blessed day. Let's get busy. So I've said it time and time again, you know, this is our first time doing just about everything. So making it up as we go. Like I said, watch the videos, read a little. The instructions on this boiled linseed oil are pretty slim. It just says you can use it on a whole bunch of stuff, but doesn't really tell you how to do it. So this right here is the corner. I don't know if you can appreciate that. This is the corner, and we're gonna hang a mirror here. So this is gonna be my test spot. I'm gonna start here because this is gonna get covered up. So if it looks like garbage or I'm messing it up, then we can move on to something else and I'll be able to cover it up. The sink is right below us, that corner sink. Check that video out, how we installed that. I got a couple rags and stuff over the faucet there so we don't mess that up. And hopefully if I get any in the sink, it'll just wash out. So what I'm gonna do, I just shake this linseed oil up real good. I got a little pan and we're gonna do this straight. You can mix it. You can put linseed oil in other things, oil-based paints and things like that. And you can put paint thinner in this to make it last longer. But because we're in the bathroom and we want this natural water protection from, I don't want to say waterproofing, but water protection from the linseed oil, I'm not gonna dilute it down. We're just gonna do it straight. I got a little chip brush and gonna dip it in there. And then here goes nothing. And then I'm just gonna make sure I get it in all the nice little holes and cracks and crannies, and I'm just gonna work it up and down and then keep stroking, you know, I hate to say that, I can't say that, but keep going over it because you don't want any to be standing, because if you let it stand, as in pool, which it won't do on this wall, it'll just run, but it'll create a streak, then it will get kind of thick and gummy, which, you know, aside from just the aesthetics of it, I don't think there's really a problem. I think it's just wouldn't look as good. So you can really see that's starting to bring out the color in that poplar wood. Really starting to make it pop. And that's not even starting to dry yet. It's just getting there. Now, from everything that I understand, all these different spots like this knot is going to absorb it differently than the rest of the wood. So just keep an eye on that and see how much is going in there, because in theory, sorry, I'm splashing down here. Clean as I go. In theory, that's going to absorb more than everywhere else. So we want to make sure that we get a good dousing of the linseed oil onto that knot. So now that I've gone as far up and down as I can go, I'm going to just go back and hit that one more time with just a little bit more. I feel like Bob Ross with my little paintbrush. And there you go. Just take your time, I guess, is the key to this. Yep, see, there you go. I made a mistake there. I tried to do too much. And again, thankfully this is oil and not stain, so it's pretty easy cleanup so far. But I just keep working it. You see I got a couple runs down there because I went too big. And then just kind of push it into those rough spots. Maybe I didn't sand quite good enough. Oh, I forgot to tell you that too. Before I did this, I wiped them all down. Wiped down all the boards because I sanded them all pretty good. And then I wiped them off when I brought them in, but then I wiped them off again with just a damp rag, not something wet, but just damp so it would pick up any of that residual sawdust that's on there. So there you go. You're starting to set up. You can, well, maybe you can't see. I might bring you in closer. I'm gonna let this dry a little bit more. Keep working my way across, and then I'll bring you in for a close-up after we let this dry for a little bit. Let me see what time it is. All right, it's a little after 12, so maybe in about an hour, then I'll bring you back and zoom in, and we'll see what it looks like. So here's something pretty cool. I think you can appreciate that from there. So I just went over this whole board, and you see that this spot right here, you can see it. I can see it on the camera, so I know you can see it. So that's what I'm talking about. See how it's real shiny up above it, and then that's kind of dry looking right there? That means that that part of the board is absorbing the oil faster than this part of the board. So all that means is just apply a little bit more oil, and you can see a little bit over here, a little bit over there. So I'm just going to apply a little bit more oil there, so that it ends up looking like this. You see how nice and shiny and smooth that is, and kind of uniform. See, now there's a spot right there that I missed. So I'll come back and I'm going to hit those with just a little bit extra oil. So it's been about an hour on these first 3 boards we did, and you can probably tell they're still a little shiny, but that's okay. I'm just going to take this rag and I'm just going to kind of smooth it out. Now you can do this a lot quicker if you want to. Some of the videos that we saw, they do it right away, but I just decided to wait about an hour to let these knots and all these other different spots absorb it however they wanted to, and then I'm going to come and do it now. So that's it. Just make sure I'm smoothing that out, and you see I'm not really pulling off much of anything, and just kind of looking at the boards, making sure I got all the spots covered, make sure everything's nice and even. It's got a nice shine to it. Nothing looks too wet or too dry. It all pretty much looks the same. So I just don't, want to leave excess oil on here. Again, because once that kind of dries out, gosh, standing on a bucket. Once that dries out, it'll get kind of goopy. So let me take this off the tripod, and then we're just going to kind of take a look. Sorry for the fan noise, but it is what it is. So if you kind of look from the side, you can see these ones are nice and shiny still, because I just did those. And then these ones not so much. And then this one, I still got to wait for that to dry. And then here, little spot there. But so this one I started later than these ones, so I'm going to wait about 15 minutes till I start that. And then there's, just for comparison, you can see that's what the boards look like. And then each one kind of takes on its own character. So really nice, and a good natural sealant. Again, I won't say waterproofer, but a good sealant. And then you see how it just is busting out these colors that weren't even there earlier. It's pretty amazing. So all right, let me get this finished up and then we'll close this video out, I think. Okay. There you go. So all wiped down. I just did one coat. I think it looks pretty good. I might come back and do another coat later, but I really like the way it turned out. Like I said, some of these knots just popping. Just popping. I got these ones done over here. Really brings out the color, some of that darkness, and that might lighten up later. I'm not sure, but yeah, there you go. So there you go. Pretty straightforward. Like I said, a bunch of the ones we saw where they were just doing it on a workbench or whatever, they just poured it on and then rubbed it around with a rag, and then wiped off the excess right away, and then just let it dry. So hopefully, if you have boards on the wall already, like we do, this will help you. Now, the $1,000,000 question is, you're going to probably ask, other than 1,000 other ones I didn't think of, this is a quart of boiled linseed oil, and I used literally every last drop. Every last drop. So the question is, how much do you need for how much space? Probably one of the worst answers ever is, it depends. It depends on the type of wood you have. So if it's a hardwood or a softwood, how dry your wood is, and the ambient temperature, I think, has an effect on it as well. I had one board, I think this board here, let me turn you, this board right here, I used almost an entire pail on, but then this last board over here, I just barely brushed over it. It's all the same wood, it's all poplar, it's all from, the same cut at the same time. They've been out drying in a shed for a couple of years, but each wood is a little different. And you see, this one got real dark, this one didn't get quite as dark, the one in the corner that I told you didn't suck up anything is still pretty light. So I think that's the beauty of it for us, is that it comes out different. But back to my original question, there's not a great answer. This is 80 square feet, so about 10 feet of boards this way, 8 feet tall, and like I said, I used that's what's left out of that quart. So if you have a bigger space, get 2 quarts, get a gallon, whatever. And we still have some poplar left over, so we might try this on a workbench later to see how that goes, to see if it's easier and if we use less. I don't know. But as far as putting it on the walls, I think the brush is the way to go. You can use whatever kind of brush you want to. I just had one of those little 89-cent chip brushes. Sorry, I got something in my eye. And it worked wonderfully. I would go up and down, and I would go left and right, especially where you can still see these saw marks. I would go left and right, or whatever, horizontal and vertical, whatever you want to call it, just to get in all those spots. If I had a knot like this knot, I would just dab the brush into that knot. I don't know if you can see that or not. Am I pointing at myself? Yep. There you go. This knot right here. So I would just take that brush and I would dab it into that knot to make sure that it gets full. Now, do we have to put it as a second coat? I don't know. We could. I don't think it'll hurt anything. Maybe the next time we come back, because I'm about to pack up the truck and head home, maybe the next time we come back, I'll bring another quart and we'll cover everything up again, just to be safe, especially these over here by the shower that are gonna more than likely get some direct moisture on them. So yeah, so that's it. Pretty short video. I didn't think you wanted to stand around and watch me just do this with a paintbrush all day, but I think you got the basics at the beginning, and again, the runs, I don't think you have to worry about them because it's oil. As long as you catch them and rub it in, it's not like a stain where it's going to leave a big drip mark or paint. And then just use your rag afterwards. And again, some people do it immediately, some people do it an hour later. Just personal preference. I hate to say this, but I don't really think there's a wrong way to do the linseed oil. Just do it, and you'll get these kind of results. So thanks for coming, thanks for checking us out. As always, we're supremely blessed. I mean, we have hot water now, all the walls in the shower, in the bathroom are in. We just have to do the trim and we're done with the bathroom. So super excited, super blessed to have you along with us. We really enjoy sharing these and getting your comments back, whether they're good or bad. If we did something wrong, let us know. If there's a better way, let us know. If we helped you, let us know. But either way, thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. So thanks for coming. If you look up this way, we're going to post a video. I let YouTube pick it because they know what you like to watch better than what I do. So yeah, so that's it from Watavue Mountain. So thanks for coming. Be safe. God bless.